Welcome to NBA basketball. I'm Damon Bruce, and we've got it for you here on 2K Sports. Wednesday in the NBA. It's Chris Bosh in the Miami Heat going up against Jason Kidd in the Dallas Mavericks. And now time for the call.
Greetings, everyone. Kevin Harlan here alongside my partner Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad to have you join us. This is a look now at the State Farm starting lineups. First for the Heat, Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. And the man in the middle from UNLV, Joel Anthony. They utilize his abilities to maintain that presence under the rim. And it's LeBron James, and it's Bosh in at the power forward position. And for the Mavericks, Jason Kidd is out there with Rudy Fernandez. And they've got Tyson Chandler, the big man, in the middle. He's a big part of that presence down low. And it's Caron Butler. And it's Nowitzki in at the power forward. Right side, Butler shoots the 3. They get it back. It's stolen by Anthony.
He anticipated the kick out and came up with the steal.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint and make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's just tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
Well, Miami had such a turbulent season last year as far as the drama that surrounded that team. But they were consistent and steady on the road. And they ended up with the best away record in the Eastern Conference.
That is good.
What a finish with that hoop.
Stolen by Bosh. A chance now to go to Dorisburg, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
Kevin, adding a few more pump fakes is what he is instructing his inside players to do. They are facing a good shot-blocking team, and if they can keep them guessing on when to jump, they'll be in a better position to get uncontested looks at the hoop. Not an easy thing to do with a shot blocker hanging around, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like that one they're facing today, Clark has certainly got their attention.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they need to dictate what they do offensively instead of taking what's available. Take what you want.
Steve?
Well, that's the only way to go. I mean, this is a game about aggressiveness. And if they're not aggressive, that defense is just going to swallow them up. And you have to like the way they've started out offensively.
Yeah, I like the way they've put together basket after basket, consecutive hoops, and as a result, they've put together a nice lead here.
And back to Miami, you know, Clark, road trips aren't easy when you're the villains of the NBA, and there's no doubt that wanted poster in the NBA has got a picture of that Miami threesome up there, huh?
I agree, no doubt about it, but I think that also helped them come together. You know, teams typically do a good job of bonding when they're on the road. That us against them mentality, nobody for you, and quite honestly, really good teams and players enjoy winning on the road more than they do even winning at home.
They get the rebound. Here's Butler, and just miss after miss right now.
He'd like to start this quarter over, I'm sure.
No rhythm, Steve, at all. He just can't seem to find it.
And the shots continue to fall as they try to put this thing away.
Yeah, big run here, and they've got their opponents in the rearview mirror.
And this is turning into a blowout. I mean, everything's coming easy to them.
Yeah, and it's a party out there. They're just having fun, enjoying themselves. No pressure, just hoop.
Beyond the arc. Wade outside, over Chandler. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 5 points so far. Stolen by Bosh. Lets it go with a 3. And there's Mario Chalmers on the assist by Bosh.
It's been really impressive at both ends of the floor so far early on.
Yeah, and it's for that reason that they've been able to jump out ahead early here.
For 3, Kidd. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And here comes LeBron. Oh, and the jam by LeBron. Now let's take a look at it once again with our Spite Slam Cam.
Showing no mercy. They are getting after them at both ends of the floor.
Continuing to add to the lead as the minutes tick away.
Up with it. And the basket by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 8 points.
Another fast break hoop. They're just outrunning their opponent here.
You know what, Steve? I think the defense has left themselves vulnerable, and they're learning the hard way that speed definitely kills.
Scooped up. Here's Nowitzki. And stolen by LeBron.
So a couple of poor possessions now in a row consecutively. Both times turnovers. That's not productive basketball. That's not winning basketball.
No, Clark, you start stringing errors back-to-back together, you lose all momentum in this game.
Chandler dishes to Marion. And stolen by Chalmers.
That's such a tough catch when the ball is coming from that far away.
Rebounded. Dallas with the ball. And here's Kidd from the arc. They grab their own miss. Somehow misses the one-handed flush. Miami controlling the game. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Well, they've got to do something defensively because he's been unstoppable.
And defensively, Steve, your only choice now is to double him. I mean, I don't think there's another option.
And that one's good. Bosch has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Dallas really played a lot of zone defense last year, and I thought it worked out well for them, especially with the personnel they brought in. Tyson Chandler manning the paint really helped that club.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Butler comes in for Sean Marion. And Barea subbed in for Jason Kidd. And here's LeBron outside.
Well, despite the size disparity, he boxed out, did a really nice job going up and getting that rebound.
And stolen by Chalmers. And Chris Bosh again. Bosh has got 6 in the quarter.
As soon as they forced that turnover, they really attacked the rim. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought that was the highlight of the sequence.
Steve, back to Dallas. Sometimes a team needs to find an identity on defense, and they found that last year with the zone. That was a little clever trick, Clark Kellogg, that Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Mavs, inserted in that team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the zone, it fit their personnel. You can't overlook the impact that Tyson Chandler has had on their defensive disposition. They have guys that have length and can cause problems in the passing lane. So the zone defense just made some sense.
Wade gets the bucket. Here is Barea. And stolen by Chalmers. Jumps up, grips down the breakaway slam.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
And we are not going to halftime.
Hello and welcome to the HB Halftime.
Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, and tonight's game here at the glistening American Airlines Center. Gorgeous night here in Texas. Here's LeBron. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, one of the things the Heat had to overcome early last season was their fear of stepping on each other's toes early. There was a turning point that helped them get by that and put it behind them. LeBron James saying of Dwayne Wade, he stopped trying to figure out if it's his time or my time. Instead, we just played our games, and the results were pretty good. Guys, hard to argue with that logic.
All right, Doris.
When you gather stars like that, they'll take some time figuring each other out. Chemistry just doesn't happen overnight.
Well, and eventually they had a terrific year. Didn't quite take it all the way, but got to the finals, and now I think the table is set for Miami to be a contender for years to come.
You know, last year for Dirk might have been one of his best to date. I mean, I think it was even better than his MVP year. He was just superb, but a lot of that had to do with what he showed in the playoffs. I think he was at such a high level of performance during the playoffs.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Tyson Chandler. And Dallas has possession and stolen by Chalmers. Even numbers from deep. And the Heat, another three.
Just cruising out there offensively. This team really playing well.
Well, Steve, it's pretty comfortable when you can be up double digits in the middle of the game. That's a good place to be.
Well, back to Dirk. He was in consideration for another MVP, Steve, finishing right in back of Rose last year.
Well, he made a pretty good case for himself. Best field goal percentage of his career, and was a force for Dallas all season long. They had that incredible postseason run. And if it hadn't been for an injury at midseason, which cost him about 10 or 12 games, I believe, I think Dirk might have won it.
The three from LeBron. The long distance three is buried. LeBron's now got 18 points. 59 seconds left in the third. And stolen by Chalmers. Fires for three. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Chalmers.
For three.
Chalmers has got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. Knocks it loose. Outside Anthony. And it's off from three-point range. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, really at both ends of the floor. Nothing seems to be going their way. Their offense seems completely out of sync here. They're on the wrong end of a big run.
And then at the other end, it's been bucket after bucket after bucket, giving up a huge run here.
Yeah, you can tell they're getting frustrated defensively out here. All these three-pointers falling.
Yeah, Steve, they're ready to throw their hands up. You can see it. The frustration is very visible. I mean, when you spread the floor and shoot the three the way they've done here in the second half, it's really hard to defend.
Here is Barea. Nowitzki outside.
Turnovers have been a major problem for them here.
Well, you know, they've given up 6 points off their miscues, and they wish they could get those points back. They've got to change things up if they're going to cut into this lead.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Well, Kevin, for that great stretch the Heat just put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. From the opening tip, they jumped out in this one and took control and have managed their lead ever since. Their play on both ends has been up to the task, and if they keep it up, should come out with a win in this one, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
Takes a three, and the basket good.
LeBron James.
LeBron's now got 27.
He has looked very comfortable from three-point land today.
Well, the bulk of his points, that's where they've come from.
Barea kicks to Chandler. It's rebounded by Bosch. Miami controlling the game. From the arc, and there's Mario Chalmers on the assist by Wade. Chalmers has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's 4 of their last 5 coming from long range. This offense is cooking.
Yeah, it's rolling, really rolling. And defensively, they kept collapsing, Steve, and leaving them open. So now they're in trouble. They're in a real dilemma now.
Again, the Heat good for 2.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
Wade misses. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Anthony. Fades back. And Dwayne Wade with the 3. Wade's got 12 points here in the second half. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
I know you agree with that, Steve.
No, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by a ton. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter.
You knew the big 3 when they came together, guys, that they would be good. But they did a pretty decent job, I thought, of finding complementary players to fill out the roster after a big chunk of the salaries went to the big 3.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Hayward. Butler comes in for Sean Marion. Jason Kidd is subbed in for J.J. Barea. Bosch kicks to Chalmers. Good luck. It's Bosch, that time on the assist by Chalmers. 8 points for Chris Bosch. Well, back to the Heat, and Clark, you're right. They searched out vets that knew how to fill a role and a need and then really build a team around the stars.
Well, and that's critical because anytime you have the core group together, it's about finding role players who are going to accept their responsibilities on the team and accept the fact that sometimes they're not going to see the minutes that they would otherwise like. But they handled it well. They got a good roster around their stars, and it paid off.
You can have all the playground moves in the world you want, but you got to protect the ball, Kevin.
Well, they're just trying to run clock now. I mean, this thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's nothing but the result to be determined. So it's time to start thinking about the next game now.
Here's Terry. Nowitzki right side. Passes it to Butler. Trying to get back on track. Rebound by Mario Chalmers.
Oh, easy look there, but, you know, he misses those once in a while.
Gets it to go. LeBron James. 30 points for LeBron.
Another bucket, and they are just pulling away here now.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're sprinting to the finish line.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys,